Alright, what's up, yins guys? Time for another video. Yeah, I'm in another location, in a different chair this time. I went from over here to over there in videos. Now I'm over here because I got a big ass box like right over here. Contractors coming tomorrow to put our new shower stall in and redo the bathroom. But anyway, a big ass box over here, you know what I mean? So, see that shit, and then I got, but yeah. Oh yeah, yes, guys. There's nothing like a news clip about a truckload of bobbleheads being stolen that got later recovered, uh, to show you where Homeland Security has its priorities and who it takes orders from. So, yeah, I'm glad they got recovered, but stealing is still wrong, and perpetrators getting punished, hopefully. And but yeah, makes you wonder where Homeland Security has its priorities and where it takes its orders and who it takes its orders from, don't you think? But anyway, putting this organized mess over here aside, time for another video. Saw this on the TV news again. It's worth a mention, and I don't know whether to laugh or be like, what the fuck? And I'm kind of like, what the fuck at the same time. And don't get me wrong, I like sports. I support our home teams or whatever. Don't have time to watch all the time or whatever. And even though this video isn't about all the political correct bullshit in sports, but this is another thing I regard as peculiar and ridiculous, outright stupid, and a what the fuck moment, okay? It's more like about Homeland Security, how Homeland Security is a fucking joke. I mean, it's been a joke for years. I mean, Homeland Security don't do any shit. It doesn't do shit. It hasn't been doing shit in years because it's somebody's ordering them to be too politically correct and literally inviting terrorists and sleeper cells and professional criminals from other countries just walk right in. And that's by design too anyway, but I'm not going to go on too much about that because that's shit for a separate video. I digress. But the funny thing this video is about here too, and don't get me wrong, stealing is wrong. These people deserve to be caught and stuff retrieved. But anyway, yeah, a whole truckload of bobbleheads that were supposed to be given to hockey fans commemorating our one of our world famous hockey players. You know, you sports fan, you pay good money for a ticket, and these people get like a free bobblehead. Well, the truck was stolen, but Homeland Security was involved. And I don't know, saying per se if I am bashing this or what, but it's kind of, stealing is wrong. Glad they recovered it, okay, all the stuff. And, you know, I understand that, okay, a lot of that stuff that gets stolen, people will sell it all over the world online, and criminal groups to finance their bullshit. Everything from criminal activity to terrorism. And also the potential of the shit falling into the wrong hands. Criminal groups, terrorist groups, and all kind of groups all over want to finance their shit, so they'll counterfeit things and sell it all over the world, you know, and there's a potential for that too. Glad these people get caught. I understand that's why Homeland Security gets involved, but I look at, you know, oh, they're not involved in for any other reasons. Kind of funny how these people that own sports teams and own sports stuff can get Homeland Security right like that and get to the bottom of bobbleheads being missing, okay? Well, there was other people who are threats and groups that are threats to Homeland Security. Did they just drag their feet, or you want to be a conspiracy theorist about it, they'll accuse you of that they're literally ordered to stand down, just like police. Not bashing the police all the time, and I'm not into that defund the police bullshit just because some cops did something in Minneapolis, and then people protest all over the place. But I digress. And they're allowing, yeah, police can. My point is, before I go on and on, Homeland Security and police can be ordered to stand down or ordered to do this or that too, under orders. Uh, these people are off limits, untouchable, but you can go after particular people. But anyway, this thing, people that own sports stuff or any other kind of stuff that's really big. Imagine being that rich. You got social political ties to Homeland Security, and somebody steals your shit. Yeah, you can get Homeland Security to go right after them. Oh, how convenient. Yeah, you can see where Homeland Security's priorities are. Yeah, tell you not. That ain't conspiracy theory, in my opinion. I'm still glad the stuff got recovered. Sports fans get their little bobblehead or whatever the hell, you know what I mean? Stealing is still wrong, and I understand. Like I said, stuff that can be counterfeited, different products. There's federal charges and federal shit involved for good reason. You know, people that, well, usually people that get rich off of all kind of different paraphernalia, whether it's sports or stuff. Feds are usually involved in like, and Interpol in a lot of cases. If you go look that up, federal charges involved, and it's usually people that get rich off of everything from copyrighted products, movies, sports videos, sports paraphernalia, or any other kind of paraphernalia. Interpol was usually involved, and people are worried that stuff, limited edition collectibles, people get a hold of in other countries. They make molds and they'll be counterfeiting it. You know what I mean? I hate it when you got a piece of hair you can't see, a little bit of wind going, and it makes your nose itch or whatever right here. Damn it, that pisses me off. Anyway, yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, it's a real thing. I understand that, but what I'm looking at it here is, yeah, you got your rich and you got all this pull, Man, Homeland Security comes conveniently. But the people that have this pull, they can use this pull for good reasons. And if you got this far in this video, I'm glad I thought of this before I decided to make this video. And I mean, if you got this far in this video, I hope you hear this part. Okay, the people that are rich like that kind of pull, what they really should consider here. I think this is an important part because I'm glad I didn't, when I decided to make this video, I decided to include this in here before I got around to make it. All right, people out there coming to this country, you come in legally fine, but people coming in here do everything from squatting, and they're coming in stealing too. I'm not saying the illegals had anything to do with the bobblehead thing, but in general, what I'm saying, all kind of shit that people are doing in general, whether they're in this country or people that steal stuff that they still have out of the country ties and everything, right? They're coming in here, everything from squatting, getting around technicalities. They find in technicalities, if you will, to even seize houses and property. If you have people that kind of pull in sports paraphernalia, they're probably involved in real estate too. So you got governors like Ron DeSantis and different people. I think that there's people that have pull that should be sounding the alarm, right? They're stealing, their like paraphernalia that's their property until it's their money maker. They're probably into property too. If certain things that are allowed to happen, that people come straight in this country and just come here illegally and commit crime, I'm trying to make this a blanket concept of all kind of crime, and property value starts collapsing, or the economy starts collapsing because of bullshit that's going on. Instead of being too politically correct, some of these people that get real rich off of shit I was talking about ought to consider, instead of being too scared of like being politically correct, they should realize if the economic system, you know, everything from real estate to everything starts collapsing because of what people are just freely walking in the country and doing, destroying the value of property and the value of the paraphernalia that they're selling, right? If there's no more economy and everybody loses their jobs and their houses, right? And everybody gets economically crippled. The people usually have money that can afford to buy all your sports shit and all whatever other shit that somebody is selling out there, right? Anyway, if this economy gets collapsed by people's bullshit, politically correct bullshit, eventually, okay, that's gonna have repercussions, and you're gonna get everybody down to the same level and being really poor, right? Like people losing their houses, livelihoods because of a bunch of bullshit, and there's nobody gonna be left to buy your shit, right? I mean, yeah, these people that have their livelihoods on, okay, people able to have nice houses and nice cars and incomes, you know, nice neighborhoods, who will buy expensive sports paraphernalia, hockey jerseys, football jerseys, or even not just sports, whatever else you want to say comes into play here, you know. I don't know, rich kids with rich parents, you know, buying sports-related video games. You know, okay, that relies on people being able to afford to buy these things. If we allow the erosion of this country, people be able to come in here to just commit illegal activity. And like I said, I'm not saying blaming no stolen bobbleheads on anybody outside of the country. I haven't really looked into that. Probably somebody, but you can bet somebody inside this country that's not an immigrant or really illegal probably sell stuff out of the country, you know what I mean? So before anybody goes and tries to say, oh yeah, you're blaming that on the illegals, that's not what I'm doing at all, you know what I mean? But I'm just saying in general, because I'm just saying there's a lot of criminal activity, whether it's illegal immigrants coming in there stealing stuff to counterfeit for scams. That goes on. That's been going on for years outside of the country, whether anybody comes to this country or not. But you got people that lived in this country all their lives engage in stealing and criminal activity, sell stuff overseas too, you know what I mean? But how this comes into play and all the other stuff that's going on. Okay, yeah, you got this far in this video. Okay, people breaking windows, whether it's the protest of 2020 and stealing merchandise, sports paraphernalia too, sell it on the streets, sell it abroad or whatever, or people coming into this country now that don't legitimately belong here, coming here just to commit crime, coming here to steal, rob from stores. But yeah, like I said, we had our people, both black and white, on bandwagons, going in mob protests that had nothing to do with what happened in Minneapolis. All kind of YouTube videos, a lot of stores being broken into, say Walmart, or hey, shops that cater to sports paraphernalia. Anything that gets stolen, where do you think that's going? It's somebody's opportunity to loot and steal. Well, I mean, if you allow your people, encourage our politicians to look the other way, guess what? It's going to affect the sales of all those such products too. Well, this is a little bit of extra shit in the video, but this mostly was for Homeland Security and its priorities, okay? People will be thinking about, okay, we see where Homeland Security comes into play and gets a applied and where its priorities are, depending on, okay, particular people with a lot of money and political pull. Oh yeah, when their shit gets stolen, Homeland Security right on that, right? Yeah, where's Homeland Security all these years and all kind of other shit that goes on right under people's noses, or people are expected to just look the other way or whatever, or get shamed and called a conspiracy theorist when you're pointing stuff out, just like watching your news, you know what I mean?